he's physically ill.
Yeah.
He's emotionally, and then the damage you do, like.
You know, I'd never really given much thought to how I would die, but dying in the place of someone I love seemed like a pretty good way to go.
Actually, it hurts a little bit. Bro, what's happening?
Jaden Smith is trending again, and not because of a new album drop, not because of a business move, not because of anything worth celebrating. We are watching a young man unravel in real time, and the people who were supposed to protect him are the very reason he's unraveling. And now, DL Hughley has stepped into the conversation with a take that cuts straight through the PR fog. DL is laying the blame directly at Jada Pinkett Smith's feet, calling out her behavior as the root cause of everything we're seeing from Jaden right now. And one of the specific receipts DL is pointing to is the August Alsina situation.
August Alsina was Jaden's friend.
Right.
Who he brought to the house.
So I just, in nobody's business is their thing. But when they were talking, well, he was sick and he was mentally sick and he was emotionally sick. Now, that's predatory.
His argument is this: Jada was out here pursuing young men the same age as her own son. And while she was doing that, Jaden was left to absorb the wreckage of that household. DL went further. He said Jada allegedly sold Jaden out to the industry while she was busy moving like she had no children to raise. Let's back up and look at what Jaden has been doing publicly, because the evidence has been stacking up. He showed up to the Coulda Been Love Season 2 premiere looking like he was going to handle his business on the red carpet. A reporter approached him, asked him a straightforward question about his Christian Louboutin collection, and mentioned that designer Jaden Smith, who previously did footwear work with Kanye West, was involved in the project.
Working with Jaden Smith, who designed Yeezy footwear with Ye. What are y'all cooking up?
Standard industry interview. Jaden turned and walked away mid-conversation without a single word to that reporter. Didn't pause, didn't deflect, didn't give a no comment, just left her standing there. The reporter didn't even bring up Kanye directly. She brought up the designer. That's it. And Jaden couldn't hold it together long enough to answer a question about his own shoe collection. Then weeks pass, and we're in Paris. Jaden gets caught on camera having a full-blown reaction to hail. Hail, acting like the sky was falling, like he had never in his life encountered weather before. We're watching these moments accumulate, and it paints a picture that nobody in his circle seems willing to address.
Dog, it's hailing in Paris, bro. Ice is falling from the sky. It was cold. I knew it was cold, bro. Ice is bouncing off of me. Dog, do you see this? Rain doesn't, bro, it hurts a little bit. Bro, what's happening? What?
And then there's the wardrobe. Jaden showed up carrying a miniature dollhouse bag with a price tag of $47,000. You can have whatever style you want. That's your right.
Well, I'm here at the LB show. I got this new amazing bag here. We got a freaking balcony on it. We got an owl on it. It's insane detailed.
But when you line this up with everything else, it's not fashion. It's someone screaming for attention through every outlet except words. The comment sections across every platform are saying the same thing. People are watching Jaden and drawing the same conclusion. His parents were physically present and spiritually absent. DL Hughley is pointing specifically to Jada's entanglement with August Alsina as the moment that crystallized just how broken the environment Jaden grew up in truly was.
You're sick. Like he's physically ill.
Yeah.
He's emotionally, and then the damage you do. Like, this dude was talking about killing, right? So it isn't just you having an affair.
DL raised the gender reversal argument, and it hits hard. Because if Will Smith had gotten romantically involved with one of Willow's female friends while that friend was at her lowest point mentally and physically, the internet would have never let it go. The story would still be running. But because it was Jada, everyone made it about the word entanglement and moved on. What got buried in all that noise was the fact that August Alsina was not okay when this happened. In his 2020 documentary, August revealed that he experienced serious trauma at a young age, trauma inflicted by someone in his close circle. He told his mother about it in confidence, and she turned around and shared it with people in the neighborhood.
And when August appeared on The Breakfast Club and was asked about his relationship with his mother, he made it plain. They were never close. He didn't dress it up. He also opened up in that same interview about battling severe depression and admitted he had reached a point where he considered ending his life.
I talked about me thinking about suicide. That's real. Like I mean, I had thoughts about that shit. I remember being just super overly depressed, like overly depressed.
Because he had no one in his corner. This was a young man who was traumatized, abandoned emotionally, mentally fractured, and physically sick. Jaden brings him into his home. And Jada's response to having this vulnerable young man under her roof was to pursue him romantically. But here is where this story goes somewhere darker than most people are willing to follow. Industry insiders have alleged that Jaden himself was not spared from the trauma inside that household. This is not confirmed fact, but the people raising it aren't doing it randomly. They're pointing to a pattern because Jada has been documented showing almost no public affection toward Jaden, her own son. And Will, on the other hand, has shown affection toward Jaden in ways that have visibly made Jaden uncomfortable on camera. There is footage. There is a moment where Will asks Jaden directly whether he feels loved when Will tries to kiss him on the mouth. That is not a normal thing to be documented saying to your child. Now, people are going back through the footage. They are connecting timelines. They are mapping behavior. And one of the clips that keeps coming up is the Jaden and Justin Bieber moment at Coachella. You remember that? A lot of people watched that clip and walked away convinced, not speculating, convinced that both of those young men had been through something in this industry that broke something inside them. The way they carried themselves, the energy between them. People who understand trauma recognized it immediately. This wasn't two successful young celebrities having a good time. This was something heavier sitting underneath the surface. And then there is the Scientology layer, because we are not leaving that out. If you know, you know, and if you don't, you're about to. In 2008, Will and Jada opened a private elementary school called New Village Leadership Academy. Both Jaden and Willow were enrolled. Will stood in front of cameras and sold it as a passion project, an educational environment built around children genuinely enjoying the process of learning. That was the pitch. That was the public face. But the parents of other students started digging, and what they found shut the entire school down fast. Every teacher at that school was a Scientologist. The school's own website was promoting study technology, a learning methodology created directly by Scientology founder L. Ron Hubbard. Will and Jada denied the connection publicly. They denied it with straight faces. Then Leah Remini blew the whole thing open. Leah Remini, the actress who walked away from the Church of Scientology and wrote the book Troublemaker, Surviving Hollywood and Scientology, came out and said she used to see Jada at the church regularly. Not once, not twice, all the time. She said it plainly in her book and then doubled down in an interview with the Daily Beast. Her exact words, "I know Jada's in. She's been in Scientology a long time. I never saw Will there, but I saw Jada at the Celebrity Center. They opened up a Scientology school and have since closed it. But Jada, I'd seen her at the Scientology Celebrity Center all the time." That is a direct, named, on-record accusation from someone with first-hand knowledge. That is not a rumor. That is testimony. Leah also put Will and Jada in the same room as Tom Cruise and described a night at Tom's house where he wanted a group of grown adults to play hide and seek across a 7,000 square foot property on nearly 3 acres of secluded land. Leah refused. Tom walked up to her and said, "Well, good. So you're it then." That detail alone tells you everything about the culture these people were operating in. Now here is where the thread pulls everything together. Former celebrity bodyguard Big Homie CC went on record and stated that predators inside this industry borrowed their tactics directly from celebrity Scientologists. That is not a metaphor. That is an accusation about methodology, about how access to young people gets engineered, about how control gets established and maintained, and then Jaguar Wright stepped into the room and said what a lot of people had been circling around but nobody wanted to say directly.
Corner where Biggie was killed. I was just there. Literally. And that building, it's this big, gaudy, Masonic looking thing. What gets really interesting about it is when the sun goes down, they turn the lights on, blood red. pure blood red. The whole building glows in pure blood red.
Jaguar connected Scientology to the rumored secret society that allegedly controls the levers of power inside Hollywood. She named the network, she named the structure, and then she brought Will and Jada into it and insinuated that what happened to their children did not happen in spite of them. It happened because of them. That is the accusation sitting at the center of all of this. That is what Jaguar put on the table. So the question is real and it demands an answer. Are Jaguar right and DL and Hughley right to draw that direct line between Will and Jada's history, the open marriage, the August Alsina situation, the Scientology ties, the school, the behavior on camera, and the way Jaden has moved through the world? Is Jaden just a product of too much money and not enough boundaries? A Nepo baby who never had to develop survival instincts? Or is what we are watching in Jaden, the disconnection, the erratic behavior, the things that don't add up, the visible output of something that was done to him inside one of the most protected and predatory systems on the planet? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you're tired of the watered down takes and want the real story behind what's happening in the culture, stick with BarzBuzz. We don't do PR, we don't do spin, just the truth the industry doesn't want trending. Subscribe and make sure you're notified. The next one drops sooner than you think.